Hi guys, in this video we are scarifying this lawn. This lawn gets scarified every single year as part of the package that they're on, so it helps to keep it in good condition. It's really important you scarify your lawn every single year, once or twice. If you're really into your lawns, then you can do it 3 or 4 times, but only lightly. If you can keep on top of it, it makes such a big difference. Let's take a look. So you can see it's kept its colour really well. The only thing with this lawn is that it's a lot of clay underneath the lawn. There's a lot of clay, and as a result they tend to get some moss. Now the other thing is it's got a type of grass which is a fescue, which tends to produce a lot more thatch. So that thatch holds moisture. It's like a bath sponge. When you put water in, it tends to hold inside the sponge and slowly drip down. It's the same with your lawn. If you've got a layer of thatch on top of the ground, which is organic dead material and old grass bits that are built up like a thatched roof on your house, it's going to hold water, and that moisture encourages moss, because moss likes damp and shade. Just showing you over there, there's a little spot where the water tends to drain, and as you can see it tends to thin out and wear out every single year depending on the amount of rain that it gets. It tends to come down the slope and all pull there. They've recently taken out a corner and put the stones in just to try and alleviate some of that, but it really needs a bit of aeration and some organic material, a bit of compost, a bit of gypsum in, just to try and improve the soil. So I'm going to crack on and get this scarified, which is essentially raking the lawn. So when I use these terms, I'm all referencing the same thing. In other words, raking out some of the dead material that sits on top of the ground, which is nestled in and amongst the blades of grass. By doing that, we're thinning that out. That enables it to drain a little easier. It enables nutrients, air and water to get down to the root zone a lot easier. So it's one of them things you should do regular. Now if you do it regular, it doesn't look as bad when it's been done, and it recovers fairly quick in a few weeks. If you don't scarify regular, and I'm talking every single year, you will end up taking a lot more thatch out, which will leave a lot more patches and a lot of bare spots, and you end up having to overseed and top dress without fail. If you do it regular, then you end up with a lawn that is nice, it recovers quick, and you don't always need to overseed. So this one is just a scarify, and we're going to run over with the mower just to tidy things up. So I'm going to scarify first. A lot of material will come out, we'll get that cleared off, and then we'll run over with the mower, and that is this one done. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and please click on that subscribe button down there. Okay, so you can see that was on a nice light setting. There's just nice light little bits that have come out. I do need to go over again. I could go deeper and deeper and drop the scarifier right down and remove a lot of thatch in one go, but when you remove a lot in one go, you also increase the chance of ripping out grass. I like to keep my customers happy, so if it takes me longer, it takes me longer, but I would rather do it right so that it looks at least as good as it can be, and that recovery is obviously as quickly as possible without incurring any extra charges for repairs. So it's important, especially when it's your own lawn as well. You can go over 2 or 3 times on a nice light setting and just gradually work your way down through that thatch layer, teasing out more and more. So now I'm going to go up and down. I'm going to remove some more, and then we'll just have a little feel and see what it's like. So that's now had 2 passes, 2 light passes. These are the kind of efforts you need to put in your own lawn. So it's considerably more that's come out since last time, but it's amazing how much that builds up. And that was sat on your ground, in and amongst a blades of grass, and that was slowing down the rate of aerating nutrients from getting through. So it makes a difference, just raking out all the dead matter. So we've just got to clear this up. We'll have a little look just to make sure it's okay. If we need to do it again, we'll do it again, and then we'll get the mower on, just tidy up. Regarding the bare spot, I'm just going to manually aerate a few little bits over there for the customer. He's going to be reseeding in a couple of weeks. Like I was saying, all the water comes down and pools at the bottom here, so I'm just going to put a few holes in just to help with drainage, and then the customer's going to overseed. This is from J&J on Facebook. It's a fairly good, well, it's been really good so far, manual aerator. So every time you punch a hole in the ground, it's going to help with drainage. Now it's important you clean out the cores from the day before. Sometimes these will block, but if you keep them clean at the end of each day, it's fine. Solid clay. Just look, solid clay. When you squeeze it, it doesn't fall apart, it sticks. So that sits there, it rains, and it sits on top and it can't drain through. And coupled with the fact it's rolling down the hill, and then the rain hits all this hard stuff and it just forms a puddle. That's why it's really wet and boggy. So getting an aerator like this just makes a world of difference to your lawn, and you should do it every year, and then brush some topsoil in, bit of gypsum, bit of compost, just to start improving what is under the ground. Topsoil is getting some soil in the ground, so it's not just clay. Gypsum helps to break clay up, and compost gets some good organic material in the ground. In time, you do this every year, your lawn will transform. So here I'm using a Bulldog leaf rake. Nope. Bulldog, Wigan, England, since 1780. I've tried many. These work really well. My personal favourite brand. Not saying they are the best, not saying they're the worst, but to me these work really well, and I've been using them for years and years and years. So you need to clear off all the waste. You can't leave that on the ground. It's just going to stop aerating nutrients from getting down. So just rake it into piles, and I'm going to be bagging this up. For the customer. You can almost hear the lawn saying, "Ah, thank you, I can breathe." So, because I'm suffering with a bit of a bad back at the moment, I'm using the leaf grabbers to put the thatch into the bags. These are the ones I recommend. They're industrial strength leaf grabbers. There are other cheaper ones with thinner bars which are not very good. These, I've had these years, at least 4 years, and these have lasted 4 seasons with no effort, no problems at all. So I have actually got a list of all the things that I use, all the machines, all the products I'm going to be using on my own lawn, and I created a list called a lawn care list. You can find a link to that up here right now, and if you go over and watch that video after you've watched this one, you can then, if you want, buy some of the same products, and then you can follow me through this year as we go through our own lawns and apply the same products with the same machines, whatever, on our own lawns, and that way we can do things together. Remember, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, please smash that subscribe button. I'll crack on. Because I've been burned before, I got baggage that you don't know of. Right, so I think you can agree that doesn't look too bad. In a few weeks from now, it's going to be all recovered and looking good again. So when you take your time and you do things carefully and slowly, it doesn't look too bad when it's been done, and it recovers a lot faster. If you go heavy, you go too fast, you've got the chance of ripping more grass out. So it is entirely which way you go, depending on what you're going to be doing. If you're renovating, you can go deep and heavy, but in general, you want to take things nice and steady, and you'll get there. So, it doesn't take long for the machine to run over your whole lawn, and it is poetic how good it looks with the aeration holes. So water is just going to drain down as opposed to run down the hill and cause problems. It's all about improvements year on year. So I'm going to put the aerator away, clear these cars off, and we are done. If you've enjoyed these videos, please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe to the channel. We'll see you on the next one.